a great Vaishnava in Kanchipuram, whose name was Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna was not born in a Brahmin family. He was born in a lower caste. But he had such a deep affection and such an intimate relationship with the deities at Kanchipuram, Varadaraj Perumal, that the Lord would personally speak to Kanchipurna and express his desires. And Kanchipurna would have dialogue with the Lord, to the extent that once Kanchipurna left Kanchipuram and went to Tirupati to perform service to the Lord there. And this was the summer season. And after Kanchipurna had spent 2 months in Tirupati, Varadaraj Perumal personally appeared in his dream, appeared to him and said that you have left my service and gone to Tirupati, and it is summer season, and the new pujari whom you have appointed to take care of me does not know how to use the peacock tail fan, and therefore he is not offering proper air to me, and so I am feeling too hot. And therefore I request you, come back and take care of me. Otherwise, it is so difficult to tolerate this summer without your association. This was the kind of relationship Kanchipurna had with the Lord. But we can see the foolishness of this conception that ultimately qualification is based on birth. And this was the kind of misconception even Ramanuja's own wife at that time, whose name was Rakshambal, she carried within her heart. And she felt that this Kanchipurna is not born in a Brahman family and therefore not very elevated. And she had an offensive mentality within her heart. And Ramanuja was very eager to take shelter of Kanchipurna. And he would approach him again and again, request him that please give me shelter at your lotus feet. But Kanchipurna would always declare that it is not possible for me because I am not so advanced. Out of his natural humility, he would never accept this. So once Ramanuja decided, and this was after Ramanuja had failed to take direct shelter of Yamunacharya, because Yamunacharya had already left the body by the time Ramanuja reached. So he approached Kanchipurna and requested that you please come to my home and honor prasadam. And actually, Kanchipurna in one sense knew that Ramanuja is going to invite me. He already understood this because Ramanuja was very eager to take shelter. So Ramanuja made all the preparations, and on the appointed day, he told his wife, prepare all the items, I am going to call Kanchipurna. And Kanchipurna was very embarrassed because he felt that he is not so qualified to honor prasadam along with Ramanuja. So when Ramanuja went to call Kanchipurna, Kanchipurna left his home knowing that Ramanuja is on the way. And he took another path and came straight to the house of Ramanuja when he was not present. So Ramanuja had gone to call Kanchipurna, and Kanchipurna was now in Ramanuja's home. And Ramanuja's wife, Rakshambal, she was bewildered. And she told him that you are supposed to come after some time, and when my husband is here. My husband is not even here. What do you expect me to do? And he said, I am very hungry. I have a very important service for the Lord, and I would really appreciate if you give me prasad now. So Rakshambal was confused, but anyway, she served out to Kanchipurna whatever was prepared. So Kanchipurna, he honored the prasadam, took the leaf plate, threw it at a distance, and then washed and wiped the entire place in which he had taken prasad very thoroughly, so that not a trace of any remnant or any particle remained. And the whole intention of Ramanuja's inviting Kanchipurna was somehow he wanted to taste the remnants of such a great devotee. And then Kanchipurna, after honoring prasad, he just left before Ramanuja came. And Ramanuja was on his way back because he found that Kanchipurna was not there. In the meantime, his wife Rakshambal, she felt that this is a low-class person. He is not very elevated because he is not born in a Brahman family. And therefore it is below dignity for Ramanuja, who is born in such a high-class Brahman family, to honor prasadam which has been cooked for Kanchipurna. So whatever remnants were there in the pots, she just took all of it and distributed it to some Shudras, and then came back, took a bath and started cooking again. In the meantime, Ramanuja returned and was aghast to see that his wife is still cooking. And he said, "You were cooking for such a long time, what are you cooking now?" And she explained what she just did. And Ramanuja was very, very angry and upset, because he did not expect this kind of a behavior from his own wife. And this was the first folly which his wife did. And that was commit a great offense to a devotee of the caliber of Kanchipurna. She was judging Kanchipurna based on birth, and because of this she had a critical mentality and she was offensive. So therefore, to offend the devotee of the Lord is very horrible crime. And to get the association of devotee is very, very rare. And if we simply get the association of a devotee, irrespective of what his background is, if he is following the principles of Krishna consciousness strongly and is elevated, then one must be eager to accept his shelter.